Hi, my name is Samantha Bunting, and I am from Sarasota, Florida. I grew up in Sarasota and spent a lot of time at the beach. We have Siesta Key Beach here, which was recently voted the #1 beach in the United States, and it's been an absolute blessing and a privilege to grow up in such a beautiful town. I lived here with my mom, my dad, and my older brother. Zach is 2 years older than I am, and although we were not close growing up and we bickered quite a bit, I'm sure driving my parents insane, but we've got an awesome relationship now, and I really wouldn't trade it for anything. My parents still live in Sarasota, like I said. My dad is recently retired. He is absolutely loving retirement, soaking it up, involved in lots of different things. But before that, he was the program coordinator for Sarasota County Parks and Recs at several different facilities. So he basically just managed a bunch of big events, created some smaller ongoing events, and had his hands in a bunch of different pots depending on the facility. My mom is a registered nurse. She has worked at Sarasota Memorial Hospital for 22 plus years and definitely found her calling in life at a young age. I don't think they're ever going to get rid of her. She will be involved in healthcare and people as long as they'll have her. So I'm very blessed to have two very hardworking parents who are still in love and have an amazing marriage that I definitely want to model my marriage after. And I couldn't really ask for a better family. We're all extremely close and try to take every opportunity that we have to spend together and make it worthwhile. I feel blessed to have the family that I do. As much as I loved Sarasota growing up, I decided that I wanted to go away to college and experience something completely different. I chose Liberty University, which is located in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So it was a little bit of a scenery shock for me. Also, when it started getting below 50, I wasn't really sure what to do with myself, but I eventually got used to it, embraced it, and absolutely loved my time at Liberty. I chose to major in psychology. I knew that I would always be involved in some capacity with children and families, but wasn't really quite sure in what capacity. So choosing psychology, I knew I'd have a broad spectrum, and throughout the course of my classes, I decided to get my master's after I graduated with my undergrad, and graduated 2 years later with my master's in human services, marriage and family counseling. Once again, not 100% sure the next step to take in that, but knowing that I wanted to be involved with marriages and families and kids in some capacity. I had a full-time nanny job. I took the job for a year, and it turned out to be probably one of the best decisions in my life. The family impacted me so positively the year that I was with them, and I knew I grew so much as a person, as well as a nanny, and a future mom. I still am in contact with the family on a very regular basis. I go to their house for every Thanksgiving and birthday party and piano recital, and still currently involved on an as-needed on-call type basis. Previous to that, I was a summer camp counselor. I worked in a daycare in high school for several years. I was in charge of, every summer, was in charge of the pool at Laurel Oak Country Club. Basically, I taught all of the private swim lessons, with my youngest being 6 months, and my oldest being a 45-year-old man who wanted to learn how to swim. Obviously very challenging, but very, very rewarding. I also coached the swim team there and was in charge of everything involving that. it was very rewarding as well, watching kids who could barely swim from one end of the pool to the other, to having them compete in an event that they never even dreamed they would at the beginning of the summer. So I loved my time there, and it's very, very sad to have to say goodbye to those people and the families that I was involved with. But I know that it's my time, and hopefully I left them with some positive thoughts and some good instruction on how to swim. Like I said, I've nannied before, and that really involved everything you think it would: taking the kids to school, picking them up, driving them to activities, making sure they got to where they needed to go on time, and prepared for whatever they needed. I also help with household tasks such as cooking and cleaning and laundry and whatnot. As you can imagine, there are 6 kids, so they do make a lot of laundry, and it was never finished. And one of the most memorable things that I remember is my last night there. We had a really big dinner kind of party, and it was bittersweet, most definitely, but Dr. Canego, the father, asked me if I could change one thing about my time there, what would it have been. And although keeping the house clean and doing dishes and laundry was very important, I felt like I missed out on a lot trying to upkeep that. I feel like I missed out a lot on just playing with the kids and getting down on the floor because I was so focused on getting the job done. So as much as I regret those times, I know I learned a lot from it. And moving forward, I've been able to kind of adjust my time with them and definitely prioritize. And I know that that'll come in handy when I'm a mom and I have my own kids. And I know that it's just been a huge learning experience for me and for the future, and however I can help other families as their nanny, and then my own children in raising them. So I just feel blessed to have had the opportunities that I have. I just know some incredible families, and I know that this is definitely where I'm supposed to be at, and helping kids and families for now. I do have a lot of hobbies. One of my jobs was actually working for the church and kind of being the interim children's director. I did a lot of big events and maintained the ministry on a weekly basis as well. But that has since moved to a volunteer position, and I'm very thankful to have had the time that I have with them. But I thoroughly enjoy being there on a volunteer basis. I also lead a small group of girls on Tuesday night at youth group. They are all older high school girls from sophomores to seniors. And I love my girls. We have a lot of fun together. And basically my role there is to just mentor them and to love on them and to be their confidant and just be somebody who just loves them. And it's not always easy, especially when I see them going down a path that, that I don't necessarily agree with. But to be able to be there for them and to love on them and to show them, the right path to take has been so rewarding. And I have loved being a part of that ministry as well. Probably the biggest thing that I'm involved in right now within the church is leading worship on Sunday mornings. I have been singing my entire life, and I absolutely love it. I really don't know where I'd be without music. I just think it has a way of touching people's souls, and I'm just so thankful for the opportunity I've had to be involved so much with music in my past. I love singing, and I have dabbled in the ukulele and guitar. Not very good at it, but would definitely like to get better at it and to work a little bit harder, and maybe do some recording. I don't know. But that's pretty much my role at church now. That takes up a lot of my time, but I do take some time for me, and I love being active and being outdoors. One of the probably biggest things that I'm involved in is triathlons. I've done a couple half marathons and smaller scale races, and didn't just love running. I think there are crazy people out there that love running. I'm not one of them. So I decided, since I was a swimmer and I knew how to ride a bike, that a triathlon would be a good place for me to start. So I started one just to do it, and after I crossed the finish line, I was signed up for my next one within a week. And that's been about 6 years, so haven't burned out yet, and have a couple of bigger goals as far as the length and distance of triathlons that I do want to complete in the future. So I'm pretty excited about where that may take me, and may not be the fastest one out there, but just the adrenaline rush and the sense of accomplishment when I cross the finish line every time is there's honestly nothing like it. So we'll see where the future takes me with that, but other than those things, I just love being outdoors. I've got a Yorkie puppy, and he keeps me pretty busy. I love my little guy, and he's just been an awesome addition to my little family. I'm actually engaged and in full wedding plan mode, so that kind of takes up most of my free time right now, and so far I've loved wedding planning, and it really hasn't been as stressful as a lot of people have warned me about, probably just because I have a wonderful fiance, and I don't know how I got so lucky, but I'm keeping him forever, so very excited about our future and the plans that we have together. I'm very excited about potentially being a nanny again. I have missed being involved in a family's life on a full-time basis for a couple years now, and although I've still babysat and nannied on a part-time basis, there's just nothing like the consistency that you have when you're with a family on a daily basis. I feel like I have a very open line of communication with parents. I'm not afraid to address issues that may have come up, positive or negative, and how we can work through that. I feel like my biggest role is just to help you out and whatever you may need. I am very comfortable doing a wide range of things, from homework to taking kids to soccer practice or whatever other sporting event, or being involved with any meetings or functions that need to be attended. I'm very flexible, and there's not a whole lot that scares me, and I have my previous nanny experience to speak to that, because 6 kids, there's a lot of stuff going on, so there's not a whole lot that I probably haven't done, and definitely not a whole lot that I wouldn't do again. So I feel like that is one of the biggest things that I have to offer, is just open line of communication and just being available for whatever you guys need, and however you want to go about helping me help you raise your kids. I love kids, and with that being said, I feel like one of my biggest roles is to be a friend and a confidant, and sometimes kids will respond to a friend a lot better hearing the same thing that maybe their parents said, but for some reason it sits better when a friend says it. I know that I was like that, and I had several older women in my life that would tell me the same exact thing, almost verbatim, that my parents said, and it was also always a lot easier hearing it from my friend than it was my parents. So I love anything to do with kids. I love being creative. I love coming up with fun stuff to do, and I'm really looking forward to being able to be involved in a kid's life on a consistent daily basis, and building that relationship, and being able to hopefully positively impact your child. And there's nothing more rewarding than being able to see your hard work come to fruition when you see them making the right choices, and you see them excelling in something that they struggled in. So I feel like with my education too, I have a lot to offer. I've studied a lot of different behavioral techniques, and I'm definitely open to trying different things out and seeing what works. Like I said, I'm not afraid to be to be open to communication, and however we can make raising your kids the best experience possible. So I'm very looking forward to meeting you and talking with you more about your family and how I could help you in raising them, and whatever that may look like. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me, and like I said, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.